Good evening, everyone. Like Yuli said, my name is Harsh Mulik, and I'm the CEO and founder of Hum Life 360. And our tagline is a smarter way to beat diabetes. And hopefully, by the end of these 10 minutes, I'm able to show you what we mean when we say it's a smarter way. I'll have to start with my own problem. 10, 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with diabetes, and 4 years down the road, I was very uncontrolled. My A1C was really bad. And my mother, who was a doctor, and my wife, long story short, basically told me to share my schedule with them and they would start nudging me from wherever they were in the world. And the nudging at that time consists of a simple phone call. 12 months down the road, my A1C was 7.4. I had lost weight. My medications had come down, and everyone was amazed. And all it took was what we call today nudging on the phone. I decided I would do this for everyone who had the same problem because I knew a lot of people who had that problem. But when I did my formal research, turned out it's a huge problem all over the world because diabetes is a lifestyle condition. 2.7 million people die. In startup language, our TAM is 67 million patients, 19.3, bottom up calculation. So what do we actually do? I try to follow the format that my family used with me. Very simple, very effective. We actually use behavior science to understand behavior markers. And we provide matched stimulants to our customers, which we call nudges, so that they are able to follow their care. We observe and measure motivation, and essentially using a series of nudges and measuring the motivation triggered by those nudges, we are looking for balancing the blood sugar and the behavior. So essentially, we use behavior science and artificial to fill in the compliance gap. So what does behavior science and AI actually do for us, and why do we call ourselves smart? Number one, we are completely personalized. An individual's diabetes lifestyle profile is always that individual's profile and is infinitely adaptable to that person's life. We are vertically and horizontally scalable. What that really means is that our protocols for behavioral nudging are dependent primarily on the individual and are adaptable to the condition. So if an individual who has diabetes also have heart condition, as very often they do, we can adapt our protocols. We can also scale our behavior protocols across age, culture, language, and definitely other conditions like asthma, depression, and social. We are economical and sticky in the sense that we do not have short-term programs for 3 months. It is a lifelong, as-needed engagement. We are performance-based and we are economical by design, which our customers tell us that it's the best way to go because diabetes does not go away in 3 months or does not go away. So what is the actual product? The product is a combination of an app on the phone, an actual human being who we call a nudge friend. Just to make a point of it, if you don't mind, they are not an advisor, they're not a coach, they're not a counselor. Literally, they are trained to be engaging and friendly. They are very well trained. They have, excuse me, they have the required training, but the whole engagement approach is non-prescriptive and friendly. And all of this comes together in providing a nudge, which stimulates the individual to do one thing today that would help their blood sugar. Our business model depends on the country in which we are working. Right now, we have a direct-to-customer business model, especially in India, because we find that to be very easy. Word of mouth helps us to spread the message and get new customers. In the US, we are predominantly B2B2C, which is we are designed to go to the customer through hospitals, through institutions, and through employers. Still a monthly subscription, performance-based pricing, and long-term engagement. Uh, Particularly proud of the team. I'll start from the right. Dr. Dandola is a Rhodes Scholar. He's the director of the Western New York Endocrinology Diabetes, and he's also a channel partner. And we are actually going to start with Dr. Dandola's patients within the next 3 weeks. Chad has spent a lifetime in information technology and is a colleague of mine. Jeff and I know each other for almost 20 years. His experience is in analytics, although his patents are more in the field of chemical engineering. Jean Muruni and I have been together for, again, the same 15, 20 years. She's from MIT and with a degree, additional degree from Carnegie Mellon. She takes care, she has actually developed and helped us develop the behavior framework we use. And Aaron, once again, almost 15 years now, Aaron works for the Department of Defense. He's been working on AI and system design, and he's the first person who helped me translate my algorithms into actual code, into actual AI. This is the team that actually came up with the complete solution and is significantly responsible for the efficacy of what we are doing. So we are at a point where we've already done the pilot with about 500 patients with great results. We have 3 channel partners, of which Dr. Dandola is one. And like I said, the latest development is that we're actually starting with these 3 channel partners next month. We are looking for 1.2 million as a seed investment, and what that will take us in about 12 to 24 months is the second generation of the HumLife 360 application, anywhere between 8,000 to 10,000 paying customers and 280,000 MRR towards the end of 12 to 24 months. We would also welcome warm introduction to investors. Thank you. That was my pitch, and I'm open to any questions you may have.
Thanks, Harsh. Interesting concept, interesting solution. I would ask any of the audience if they have any questions, please raise your hand, and then we can unmute you and you can ask the question. One of the questions I had was, if there is AI, why do we need humans in the equation?
Thank you. I always love that question. We need the humans in the beginning right now. And yes, there are probably ways of jumping into AI faster, but because we are dealing with diabetes and we are dealing with human beings, my preference is to continue with actual human beings for a certain period of time. Part of the scalability and part of the economics is very much the fact that we can scale from humans to either chatbots or other kinds of electronic mechanisms of communication. Yeah, we can do that.
Great. Thank you. Any other questions? You can leave it in the chat for Harsh, or you can ask it now. Let's see. Mohan Krishnan asked, when is the party? I guess this is about the conference. I'm sure. All right. I guess there are no other questions, so hang in there. If there are questions, you can leave it in the chat or you can ask at the end.
Well, now that you're asking, I'll ask something what's the competitive landscape like, and what is some SWOT analysis for this particular solution?
This is Mike asking.
Let me rename it to Anshu. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. I just heard the word landscape. That usually
I'm
goes.
wondering, what the competitive landscape is like. What are the other products which are doing similar things and offering similar solutions?
Competition.
What's the SWOT analysis?
That's a great question, and that's also a very, very wide question, because literally anything that's helping a person with diabetes is kind of a competition. Almost literally, if friends and family came together and nudged that individual to a better lifestyle like my family did for me, that's competition. Now, from an actual efficacy side, there are about 8 or 9 top players, including Noom. Let me put it this way. So Google has a representation in the diabetes space. Apple has a representation in diabetes space, along with Noom and Omada Health. So these are the big names in the diabetes space. The point is this. I think we are faster, better, simply because our combination of behavior science and artificial intelligence is fairly unique to us. That is the patentable piece that we have, which helps us be, I use typically say faster, better, faster, better. So we are able to understand the individual's behavior markers much faster than anyone else. They are also more accurate than anyone else. So our nudges are more accurate. And simply because we are a SaaS model, we are the cheapest option. I would say these are the 3 big competitive points.
Great. Thank you. Any other